Alright, so it is the last day in Sao Paulo. It is a couple days after competition, and Joelle and I are over in Sao Paulo. We took an hour-and-a-half Uber ride this morning from Mogi das Cruzes for, how much was it?
It was exorbitantly expensive. It was like $17.80 for an hour-and-a-half Uber ride.
Oh,
Wild.
man, and that covered the tolls as well, so
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. We just sat and chatted and hung out and drank water and tried not to sweat to death, and all things that you do in Brazil. And I am feeling considerably better. I've been on antibiotics for a couple days now and had my first full night of sleep last night, and it was wonderful. And now we're headed down to the Japanese district to check out some restaurants and different little shops and get some souvenirs and hang out. I will be departing from the airport at 10:50 tonight, and it's currently about 3 p.m. We'll have to get back over here by about 6:45 for me to leave at 7, for me to get to the airport about 8 or a little bit thereafter if the traffic's bad, because the airport's about an hour away. Something that's impressed me is Sao Paulo is so big. It's so ridiculously large. We're in the heart of Sao Paulo, but it takes an hour to get to the airport.
Now, this is not only a much more economical approach, but it could be more expedient getting to the airport to just get an Uber Moto. You can just Chiquita banana your luggage on top of your head, and that way you can kind of circumvent all the traffic just by driving on sidewalks, because they do that here.
There you go.
It's really safe, super fun. Just another option, throwing it out there if you're interested.
I like her. She's a thinker. She's a problem solver. She's got all the answers.
Yeah, I do my best. I like to live dangerously, and by that I mean I like to live with no inhibitions whatsoever.
There you go. Nice. So we're going to get a couple pictures and videos of the Japanese district. It's going to be fun. And I guess, if I'm not mistaken, Sao Paulo has one of the largest Japanese populations outside of Japan. So I'm expecting a lot of the Japanese district. We're going to find out how it goes. So,
now, I'm curious, is that largest by volume or largest by size? Because I did notice that here in Brazil, everybody eats a lot. They just continue serving you food no matter what. So, is that...
Why not both?
Probably, right?
Why not both?
Yeah, valid point.
Why not both? Yeah, it should be pretty cool. So, we're going to get some video. Alright, so we are at Power Pop. Got some cool dishes. We're going to try out one of these chicken yakisoba little things. Pretty cool district. And look at the art over there.
I'm loving this. It's like Powerpuff Girls hot dog style.
Delicious. Alright, so Okiyaminaki. I can never remember the damn way to say this stuff.
Yummy, yummy.
Yoki yummy yummy. Cabbage pancake. I just poked with the back of my chopsticks. Oh well. Should be pretty good. Let's hear what you think. I'm gonna give it a bite as well. I think this is Hiroshima style. I'm not sure.
Oh my god, that's
Super bomb.
yep.
Oh, God.
Better than the pink hot dog.
Nah. Okay, here we go. Some cabbage and noodles and green onion, meat.
What do you think?
That's quite good.
I don't know what kind of meat this is. Okay, so one of my rules when traveling is you don't ask what it is, you just eat it. And if it's delicious, then you ask. And if it's not delicious, you don't ask, because the chances are you do not want to know.
I think it's pork, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, pork sounds good.
It's good. I'm gonna just enjoy this. Any final thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think you should get your own.
Ah! Whoop!
Alright, we are about to get kicked out of this place, and I will show you why. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's see it. Let's see it. Okay, you're gonna need faster hands than that. Come on, quick hands, quick hands. Are those weighted better?
No, they're not weighted. I need one that's like slightly heavier.
Because you're a big dude.
Yeah.
You might want to watch out so you don't knock out this gentleman by accident.
This one's a little short. This one's a little short.
Hey, size doesn't matter.
Hey, I'm not shaming. It's just, hey, preferences are okay. It's okay to have preferences too.
Yeah, it's fine.
These ones are. These ones are a little heavier and much more dangerous.
But look at the grip on that. Check out that knurling. Check out these nails. World's strongest manicure. Cool.
Good. Incredible. This is the inside of the cathedral. Wow. Very beautiful. All right, so we just got done in the Japanese district. I don't think I got a lot of footage. I think we got a couple pictures. It was very pretty, and I'm about to head out to my flight, which is in 2.5 hours. What were your thoughts?
I think you get to the airport way too early and you had like a whole night that you've wasted by, just sitting in an airport lounge. But to each their own. I like to get to the airport 30 seconds before my flight leaves, but I think that you're doing the right thing, especially in a foreign country and after all of your nightmarish adventures getting down here. So
it has been a little bit of a very difficult travel for me.
Yeah. And I will say that as my first opportunity to meet this guy who's been a legacy in the sport of strongman, I started 7 years ago and this guy was retired at that point. So I feel very fortunate to have gotten to meet you this weekend and, hear some of the stories about the old school strongman days and kind of like some of the early 105s up and coming and building the sport and all that. So it's nice to meet one of the pioneers of the sport, and it's been awesome getting to know you this weekend.
It's been awesome getting to know you as well, Joelle. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, it was lovely. All right, well, closing thoughts? You're here for 7 more weeks.
I'm here for 7 more weeks, and the fortunate thing is I'm very good at learning languages, so next year when Zach comes back, he's not going to need an interpreter because I will be speaking Portuguese for both of us. So I guess my farewell thoughts are, we'll see you next year.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Here we go. Time to travel back home. All right, last little bit in Brazil. Hopping back on the flight. It's a 10-hour flight to Atlanta and then a 6-hour flight to Seattle. Great visit. Got to have a ton of fun today. And even though I spent most of the trip pretty sick and not doing well, it was still an awesome trip, and I think that I'd like to come back again whenever possible. Really just soak up more of the culture and more of the experience. Definitely never been anywhere exactly like Brazil, and it feels interesting. I'll probably do a wrap-up video when I get home tomorrow, and it was a very fun visit, but tried a bunch of stuff and it was rad, but now it's time to go home. So I'm going to sleep on this flight pretty hard. What a trip. I'm just going to talk you through some of these photos. This was the coffee house that we checked out the morning that we woke up that day, and then we went to the Japanese district. This is one of the only pictures that we got together the whole time, but it was pretty cool. It was right after we visited that first place. This is a little snapshot next to some really pretty trees and a freeway that I got. Just a very candid photo, and then that's another shot of the tree. Some of the trees there, some of the vegetation is just absolutely gorgeous. It's reminds me of some of the vegetation in Hawaii. And the next photo coming up is of the cathedral. The cathedral was incredible. It's huge. It's gorgeous. I didn't actually get any other photos. I'm going to have to get them from Joelle because she took some good photos there. And then we wrapped up the day with a sushi buffet And this place was super awesome. They had all these different desserts. They had soft serve ice cream and like a sorbet, and just like stuffed myself on 2 or 3 plates and then ate 2 or 3 desserts as well. And it was very good. This photo is from the Atlanta airport after I had landed. I actually wound up sleeping the entire flight except for maybe 15 or 20 minutes. The entire flight back from Brazil, which was a 10-hour and change flight, I slept the entire time. And I usually can sleep on flights a little bit. I'm usually like a 50% of the flight sleeper kind of person, but I was so exhausted from everything. I conked out on the 90-minute ride to the airport, and I passed right out as soon as I got on that plane. I don't remember taking off. I remember getting up one time to go pee and then getting back to my seat, and the next thing I know, the person next to me is kind of like shaking me saying, "Hey, we've landed. It's time to go." I was like, "Oh man." So I was out. I was also really surprised that I slept so much, but it was probably due to being upright and not choking on my own phlegm and feeling like I'm gonna die. So I could actually breathe, and my body was exhausted, my mind was exhausted, but it was a fantastic trip. It was incredible. I can't say that I would do it again the exact way that I did it, but it is very fond memories when I think back on it. And of course, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that supported me and helped me through the process. Glauco, thank you for the invitation. Heitor, thank you for the introduction and the invitation. Paulo and Carol, you guys were fantastic hosts, and I so much appreciated the way you took me into your home, treated me like family. Made some really good friends on this trip. It was incredible. Joel, awesome travel and adventure buddy. That was just so much fun. I had a blast, and I'd jump at the opportunity to do it again. Again, huge shout out to Lacey Mallard for the medical support. She was able to push some things through and really help me out in seeking proper medical attention when I was over there. I was in very bad condition, and I'll wrap this up with another graphic photo of another shirt that I was just like coughing phlegm into. So be forewarned about that. But again, the trip was incredible, and I usually try to set a good example for my athletes by, following my own advice. But I'm not too sure that I can say that you should follow my example in this instance, because I was very ill, and it was very, very ill-advised to compete in those conditions in my health. And I wouldn't want that for my athletes, but sometimes I'm just a little bit of a stubborn asshole. And I just kept thinking to myself, I did not fly halfway around this planet to not compete. And I'm glad that I did compete in hindsight, but I do think that I was risking my health, and it was really more about, I guess, principle and pride, and that can get you in trouble. So fair warning, that can get you in trouble. So be wise, be safe, be healthy, be happy, and be grateful for what you do have, and work with what you can control, and don't worry about the things that you can't. So, all right, I'll wrap it up right here. It was an incredible time. Thank you for watching. And again, that graphic photo is going to be coming up here shortly. So if that is not your style, go ahead and end the video now. Take care.